Because first thing I want to do, I want to say hello to each of you and find out a little bit, like how long you've been at this. How do I pronounce your name? Benoit?
Yeah, call me Ben.
Ben, that's easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ben, so first time out with this or what?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
with the guitar.
Yeah, I had your book. I've been wrestling with your book for years and with half a success, I would say.
Okay.
Quarter.
All right. Well, you may still wrestle, but you will win this time.
Yes.
No, it'll be work, but you'll move along. So years at it. Okay. All right. So Patty, what's your story?
I've been playing for, let's see, this will be year 24, I think. So a long time, and learned with an amazing teacher, but always played too fast, always practiced too fast. I play gigs and things, 3-hour gigs, so it's not that I can't play the guitar, but all I do is strictly rhythm, and I shy away from bar chords. I just, my confidence is pretty shot in my guitar playing ability.
Well, in other words, you hit that plateau. You have not made, you know, my concept of horizontal and vertical growth.
Yeah.
Okay. So horizontal growth means you learn more stuff, you play it the same way. So that's what you've experienced for a long time, and that is extremely common. So you don't actually know. See, what that means is you don't really know how to practice.
Yes, I'm very poor with my practice.
Right, and you will learn that.
Great.
You will learn that here. Okay. You'll learn how to become able to do anything you want to do on the guitar. Okay.
Exploring just my relationship to music in general, and I read Guitar Zen, and that's where I came across your name, and so this is great timing for me, because I think if I had found you sooner, it just wouldn't have been the right time. I probably just wouldn't have, looked to you as a teacher. I wouldn't have looked for this type of training, and I wasn't ready.
Well, a lot, that's true of a lot of people. If they encounter my teaching early on, it seems to make no sense to them or not be necessary. It's only after someone's played for a long time and experienced what you're experiencing, which is, gee, I haven't gotten better in a long time. That's when they're ready to get down to the fundamentals. That's why I always say, pay me now or pay me later. Okay, because if you're going to stay in the game, you'll pay me eventually. Okay, meaning you'll get down to this kind of work, because this is what the really good players know and the really good players do. Okay. What you'll be learning. Cool. So Stephanie, I know I've seen you before.
Yeah, I'm back.
You're back. Good.
Yeah.
All right. So you know what the deal is.
I remember some of it, but I guess you should probably treat me like a.
Oh, I treat everybody like a beginner.
Okay, great.
Including myself.
Okay.
So John, how long you been playing?
I started playing when I was in junior high, which was back in the 70s. But periodically I would quit. And at that time I took classical lessons, never really learned to play with a pick. Since then I've come back to it several times. So I think in 1999 I bought your book. I didn't really do much with it. And then just recently I've retired and I now have a lot more time. So I've picked up the guitar again and found your book, went back to it, and then got your message that you were starting this class. So it's been very timely for me.
Okay, great. Well, I've heard that 1,000 times. Got your book 20 years ago.
Yes.
But so I need to rectify that situation. Nick Hill, is that how you say your name? Nickel?
Yeah, it's Nick Hill.
Nick Hill. Okay, so how long have you been playing?
About 12 years. Took some lessons at a community college here, and I progressed well in the first couple of years, but it's been kind of a plateau for the last 5 or 6 years at least. I've been looking at YouTube lessons and trying to learn from them, but I keep getting stuck when I want to play faster.
Yeah.
So I bought your book about 10 years ago, and I moved houses and lost it at some point. It showed up recently, and I started reading it, and a lot of it made sense, but I think the class will help me understand it better.
It definitely will. How about you, Clark? How long have you been playing? Oh, wait, I'm not hearing you yet.
Attempting to play for about 5 years. Also purchased your book several years ago. Had a local instructor that just was more interested in telling me about what he was doing in our classes, and unfortunately just don't have any access to a live local instructor. So when I saw that you started doing these classes, I was really interested.
Okay, cool. All right, Lisa's been in the stage 1 for a while. In fact, yeah, Lisa, you want to move to the stage 2, right? Oops, you just disappeared. Okay. Lisa? Hello, Lisa?
Hello.
Oh, oh, you're frozen. Okay, you're sideways. You're frozen sideways. Anyway,
Oh, am I?
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you wanted to move to the stage 2? We can do
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know if you had gotten that message.
Yeah, I just got it. So we'll make that happen next week.
Okay, I just didn't know if you felt like I could continue just
Yeah.
doing this stuff. Or...
Well, you will
All right.
you will continue doing what we're doing now, because in stage 2 we're still refining the stage 1 skills.
Right.
It's just-
Okay. All right.
All right, Polly, I can't see you. I don't know if you have a.
All right. I'll check out then.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Oh, all
See you
right.
later.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Wait a minute. Lisa, if you want, you can do the stage 2 class right after this one if you want.
Okay.
Today,
Just
that would
same
be meaning no, it's a different. I have to give it to you. Let me give you the I'm going to send you the URL through the chat. All right, and then you can just check in there. Okay. All right, just go there. An hour from now. Okay, Polly. I'm not seeing you, Polly. So I don't know. Maybe you're having trouble with your connection. So hopefully you'll come on board in a little bit. Okay, so I wanted to first just talk about, okay, an overview of what we'll be doing. So there's 2 main things we're going to do. We're going to learn how to practice we're going to learn the procedure for effectively training your fingers to perform the movements on the guitar that make the sounds we call music. Okay, because when you sit and practice, you're not really practicing guitar. That doesn't really describe what it is you're doing. What you're doing is you're engaging or attempting to engage in the process of motor control learning. You're attempting to teach your body and the small muscles in the hands how to make certain movements. And you're attempting to develop the fingers, because there is a development, meaning there's a literal strengthening and stretching of the muscles in the hand. There's a whole lot of muscles here, okay? And they're not used in ordinary life. And everybody's in a different place with that. You know, some people find it easy to curl all their fingers, put them on the strings. Some people it takes sometimes months to get enough curl into the pinky. So everybody's different in that respect. So there's this physical development that we do. And when we practice, we're attempting to foster that development and teach the fingers the ability for specific actions and specific movements. And it's because that's never done properly in the beginning that people hit plateaus. So there's going to be all kinds of holes that we fill in your development so far. And that's what we'll do. We'll go through it very progressively so that every one of those holes will be filled in. So in the stage 1, you know, we don't deal with any music. All we deal with is getting these things to work properly. It's kind of like, you know, like trying to play music without having the proper development and not knowing how to practice. It's like trying to walk through a city when you can't walk, okay? When you don't know how to walk. It's like your legs don't, you know, you've got a bad leg, 2 bad legs. And so what would you do? Every place you'd want to go, you'd have to limp to or crawl to, you know? And that's what it's like when people go and do, you know, YouTube guitar lessons. You're watching somebody who's good on guitar do stuff, and basically they're saying, okay, here's how you do it, now you do it. Okay, and that's like being thrown in the lake, you know, see whether you drown or not. So that's why we're just going to focus on teaching the fingers both hands, the most fundamental skills that we need for playing any style of music. And then from there, we learn how to conduct the process of getting better, learning music, and then getting as good as we want to get, as we're willing to work for. And so what that's going to mean is, and I'm going to share the screen here. Have you looked in the classroom at the materials? Has anyone looked in there? Has anyone not looked in there?
I have.
You have? Okay.
Yeah, I have. I've been through some of the exercises.
Oh, okay, good. Definitely be worthwhile. I've kind of summarized a lot of the important stuff from the principal's book itself here. We're going to, first we're going to talk about sitting and positioning the hands, and then we're going to begin the right hand string shifting exercise today, which is like that. But we're going to begin it real slow. We're going to do the walk, and this might be all we get to on left hand is the 1-4 walking exercises, because we have to do the preparatory exercises for the left hand first, but that's what they'll look like. And I haven't demonstrated here at the different speeds. And that's our goal right there, is to be able to play fast, easily, with the 3 fundamental finger combinations, 1-4, 1-3, 1-2, and have the pick technique that works like that. And then later on, we'll deal with finger style technique and the fundamentals of that, which will prepare us for any finger style guitar. So first thing to talk about is sitting. So let's see. I'd like to be able to see how everybody's sitting. Stephanie, yeah, I think you know what this is about. And so we're all on a regular chair. We're not sitting on something like I'm sitting on, okay? Don't sit on something like that. And we're sitting to the edge of the chair, and the lower back is pushed in, and we will hold the guitar like John has it now on the left leg.
I'm left-handed.
Okay, you can do left-handed? Okay. And we all understand that this position for practicing is the position we use for practicing. When you play, you could do whatever you want. When you playing and practicing are different. Practicing is when we're training these things, playing is when we're using them. So when we practice, we want those optimum conditions for training the fingers. So we want the arms to be as relaxed as possible, and the guitar to be as stable as possible. So, you know, the guitar in the regular position, you see people play like this. I think it's terrible to begin to learn to play like this. It just presents so many obstacles because it's so unstable. Now, after you develop skill, sure, you can deal with this, and you can even do complicated stuff. And I can do a lot of complicated things if I'm holding it this way, but there's things I wouldn't do. And it definitely is more stable this way. Now, we'll talk about the right hand first and do the right hand string shifting exercise. So let's talk about, and we'll do pick style first rather than finger style.